Hi, it's Jessica Sporn. I wanted to show you how I created a really cute layette using Gerber cotton onesies and Deco Arts fabric paints. And by the way, if you do this, make sure you wash your fabric or your onesies or whatever you're stenciling first and put them in the dryer. And this way they're nice and clean to start with. So here are the colors that I started out with for this first onesie. And I have a big box top that I use for spraying, and I thought that would be good in case I decided to spray some fabric paints. So I lay out the onesie, I taped it down, and I have my 3 different colors of green shade for all the leaves on this Eastern Lotus and Flower repeat stencil. So this is one of my newer stencils from Stencil Girl products, and I'm just pouncing through with a cosmetic sponge. I was a little concerned that the paint might go right through the top layer of the onesie and onto the back, but it didn't do that at all. But just to make sure, I cut a piece of styrofoam. You could use a piece of cardboard or anything else just to stiffen the fabric and to make sure that the colors on the front don't bleed through to the back. And using a very small little sponge, I'm able to pounce in the pink colors for the flowers. And I just love the way these colors look together. Having the cardboard or styrofoam inside the onesie also means that you can manipulate the fabric to sort of get to all of the edges. Now this is a repeat stencil, which is great because I'm able to just line it back up and continue the pattern without any big breaks. So Stencil Girl has a whole category of stencils that are repeats. So if you're using them on fabrics or very large surfaces, you can just keep lining them up and keep on going. Here's how it looked all finished, and I just love it. I think it's so happy and fun. For this one, I decided to try fabric printing on the jelly plate. What I learned is that you have to use a lot more paint than you would use for painting on paper. So initially I just wanted to get sort of a tie-dye kind of color all over the onesie. And then I lay down the Lacy Lotus Repeat stencil to get a darker imprint on it. And you'll see this first time it was a little faint. I think I would have done better if I'd had the cardboard inside of it, but I just persevered and I kept doing coat after coat after coat and kind of altering the registration of the pattern on the Lacy Lotus Repeat stencil, sorry. And in the end, I ended up with a really rich, saturated mix of blues and purples. And I added in white the words "everyday happy," and it makes me happy. So for this one, since I had the everyday, the sacred words and marks stencil out anyway, I decided to just cover one of the onesies with all of these great words, because all of these words are words we would wish for babies everywhere. And this is not a repeat, so it was a little bit challenging to kind of line the words up and keep it going without having an obvious break. And I kind of like the way the word smile ended up on the butt. Hopefully the mom will smile when she's changing this baby's diapers. So continuing with the word theme, here I'm adding some tape around the edges of the Becoming stencil because the words go right up to the edges, and this way I can stencil with it and not worry about paint bleeding over the edge of the stencil. So this is a great thing to do with some of your fuller stencils. Just add some tape around the edges, plus it makes it really easy to locate your stencil if you bring it to a class and all the stencils get mixed up. So again, I am becoming, these are things that every little baby is becoming with every day of his or her life. And frankly, it's something that we adults are all in the process of becoming: brave, whole, kind, patient, happy, grateful, loving, wise. And I'm just going back over, lining up the stencil again and darkening up some of the letters as needed. So the On the Farm stencil, of course, immediately brings to mind the song Old MacDonald Had a Farm. At least it does for me. And so I'm just going to do the two cows together, and then I'm going to line up the third cow. So we have 3 cows staring out from this little onesie. I'm going to add some hearts from another part of the stencil. So that's a fun thing to do with your stencils, is just look at them and pull out little images and mix and match and create your own compositions. After I finished stenciling, I let the onesies sit for about a half hour, and then I threw them in the dryer for 20 minutes to heat set them. Then I washed them just to make sure, and the colors held beautifully. I hope this gives you an idea of how to use your stencils in a non-traditional way and create something very unique. Thanks for watching.